Hello, I'm Pam of HealingStars.com. This is a chart for the new year, 1st of January 2011. Happy New Year. It's set for London, and I've used the whole sign as a house. So Mercury, Pluto and the Sun here on the left are all in the sign of Capricorn. So you can use this chart wherever you are in the world. The only thing that would change would be this thing here, ignore it, the ascendant up there, and then the midheaven also over there. So ignore those for now. I'm using the colours of the rainbow in the circle from Aries, red, through the rainbow around in a anti-clockwise direction to Pisces in magenta, to help you understand more about your sign and how it relates to the other signs of the zodiac. So the 12 colours here are a system used by Aura-Soma, of which I'm a practitioner. They're very useful. Aries especially is red. So what's going on at this new year? Well, we had the moon in Leo. That's a really lovely place for the moon. That's why it was such a happy occasion worldwide. More and more countries are now celebrating it. And the fireworks, of course, spectacular. And the moon at the new year is making a beautiful trine, a flow of energy across to Venus in the fiery sign of Sagittarius. So there's some fire quality to the otherwise quite sombre Capricorn energy at this time of year. And that's what I saw on TV last night. Fireworks everywhere, celebrations, a lot of people having a party. Now, Capricorn, as the theme, of course, of winter, is intensified because Mercury just moved into Capricorn. Mercury is the messenger planet, and it moved in on the 31st, just in time for the new year. The other thing that's been going on is that Mars changed sign. It moved into Aquarius on Boxing Day, December 26th. This is really important because Mars is the planet of action, of how we get things done, how we achieve things. It's our physical body, our blood, our stamina. Aquarius is a sign that's quite cerebral. It's an air sign, a fixed sign. However, what's going on is that Mars, through its journey in Aquarius, which will invigorate Aquarians for sure, is also exchanging signs with Uranus in its own sign of Aries and vice versa. Now this is extremely positive. Note the blue lines. Blue lines are aspects and they're positive ones. There's a flow of energy going on here. So invention, which is what Uranus is all about, and Aquarians know a lot about that, genius, ideas, the higher mind, are now very, very up, shall we say, in the ether. So you might also be feeling very creative throughout this time. Mars will stay there right until the 2nd of February. The other thing that's just gone on is that Ceres has retrograded back. She was actually in Cancer, but she's in Gemini, if you like using this new planet. And Ceres is to do with being nurtured. It's the mother energy, Mother Earth. And there's been a lot in the news about the weather, of course, the floods, the problems that people are facing, and food, and the whole genetically modified food that I've noticed appearing a lot in the news in America. I see it on Facebook. Saturn is up here, Capricorn's planetary ruler, in Scorpio. And notice that it is forming a very good flow of energy, note the blue line again, to Pluto in Capricorn. These are also exchanging signs. Now, when there's an exchange of signs, it means that the two energies work well together. Sun is the architect. Saturn is the builder. Pluto tends to be working underground. Pluto are the mine workers, London Underground, people who work literally under the ground. Also the sewers. It's also secrets as well. So Pluto, plutocracy, buried wealth. Saturn, the architect, institutions, are able to work well at this time. The energy also I'd like you to notice is that Venus here in Sagittarius, as I said, the fiery sign, great for Sagittarians, will soon be moving on January the 9th. It will cross over and it will join this stellium group of planets in Capricorn. So the seriousness of this month is important to take note of. When you set goals, as hopefully we all do every year, to be realistic, but also think of the higher vibration of Capricorn and Saturn, which is all about being of service to others. So yes, of course, we care for ourselves first. Charity does begin at home, but also to extend yourself to those around you in your community, especially that might be needing your help or support at this time. We have still a huge amount of energy moving through Pisces, and then over the next few months, when the Pisces have their own birthdays, of course, we will really see this in the world. But Pisces has Neptune and Chiron both travelling through its sign now. There is, as you can see, another blue line coming up to these planets in Capricorn. So Pisces, you can be helped at this time with your emotions if you do something practical. I tend to look for things that will uplift me if I'm feeling down. So films that I go see, I want to watch something that is uplifting for me rather than something that is depressing. And there's an awful lot of depression going on in the world. We don't need it in the cinema too, is my thought. But also books, of course, and music. One of the gifts of Pisces is music. So these are all very well aspected at this time. We do have Sagittarian's planet Jupiter over here, still retrograde in Gemini, but it's going to move forward. Now this is very good news for us all. It moves forward on the 30th of January. When a planet such as Jupiter, it takes 12 years to go through all the signs. So when it moves forward, it means there's an expansion of energy, an expansion of Gemini energy, which is ideas, communications. That will be intense. Take note of that in your diaries to see what occurs. Also big plans, big projects of Jupiterian, travel, the higher mind in the sense of cultures, to expand knowledge, especially in regards to the world and what needs healing in the world because of this difficult aspect it's got going in Pisces. Saturn itself in Scorpio is in a difficult relationship to Ceres at this time. That I think is also noticed with women in the world who might be struggling at this time. I notice Hillary Clinton is not well. She has a blood clot. She's a leader and been great service in her tour of duty. She's travelled to 122 countries, which is extraordinary for any Secretary of State to have done. So feminine leadership is also very strong throughout this time, and that's what Ceres does represent. Another feminine energy that has joined at the Olympian gods. So Mercury governs Gemini, Mercury governs Virgo. Gemini's having some problems because Mercury is not an easy sign for you. You don't really like Saturn, you don't really like Capricorn, but Virgos are happy because Capricorn energy is also another earth sign. Virgo will especially appreciate Venus's tour of duty in Capricorn from the 9th of January to the 2nd of February. Venus is Libra's natural planet. Now, it's not easy for Libra. Libra has had 2.5 years of Saturn, so that's enough to sober anyone up. But Saturn also likes the sign of Libra, likes relationships, diplomacy, and service. However, at this time of year, Libra also has the Sun at a right angle to itself. Think of the autumn equinox, think of the winter solstice. They are the 4 seasons of the year. hence this difficulty, because Pluto is also at a right angle to Libra at this time. Librans, you'll be happier as soon as Venus really moves into Aquarius, so you have to wait a few weeks for that. Aquarius is another air sign. Libra likes air signs. Same with Jupiter in Gemini. Very happy. The Sun will change sign on the 19th of January. That will be Leo's opposite sign. That will be easier for you. Leo, note Mars is opposite at the moment for you. It's in Aquarius. Leos, you might be getting into some fights with people. So cooperate and share your generosity. Leo's shining. Leo's the cat. Leo's the wonderful cat. You just have to stroke a cat for everyone who wants to know how to behave towards Leo. Just give them masses of appreciation. They respond and they are warm-hearted. But Leos, watch out for arguments, watch out for power struggles. And that new moon, that new sign, will also increase that for you. So be aware of that. Aquarians, as I said, Aquarius, where you are, here you are. You also watch out for Leos, because that's your opposite sign. You've got Mars in your sign. Use it creatively rather than to just think of me. Now, Aquarius isn't known for that. It's a humanitarian sign. But you can think and cooperate with Aries. So Aries and Aquarians, find out who are your friends, who's Aries, because you two can work very well together at this time. Got a lot of energy for some real creative force coming through. So this is a very brief overview. I have a lot more to add on my website. I hope I haven't left anybody out. Cancer, maybe. Cancer, yes, you've got everything going on in your opposite sign. You also, like Leo, might be feeling stressed out. Cancer is a sign of caring, very sensitive, and you might find some big, heavyweight people around you at this time. Be also aware that the new moon is coming up on the 11th of January, and that new moon will bring things to a head, but also you do need always to be aware of your emotional ups and downs and care for yourself. Water signs especially need to nurture themselves rather than give everything away to others. And then, have I left anyone out? I'm just checking. Sagittarius, Jupiter, as I told you, Jupiter will be great when it moves forward for you. You'll really appreciate that. And altogether, I'm going to be giving another of these on the new moon, January 11th. So notice the colour of your sign, and I will be following that through for you. It also relates to chakras. A lot more on my website, so please take a look, healingstars.com. Thank you very much. Bye for now.